One of the messages that I was getting for you, and this one came in quite strongly, is trusting your intuition and being very, very careful about people who make false promises. And it's basically, we are dealing with Mercury in retrograde happening on the 28th of this month, I believe. And what that does is that it creates a portal for people from our past to come through, communication for them to come through. There is that sense of nostalgia, longing for people from our past as well, reminiscing about the past, not seeing it for what it is, but out of focus, or in hindsight, we see it for what we see the ideal version of it rather than the reality of what has transpired in that relationship. So be very careful about false promises, false, just looking at things through rose-tinted glasses rather than seeing a reality. I do feel you have very, very strong, immense spiritual guidance coming through for this month. What that means is, heightened psychic abilities, and I do feel that it is coming through in order to help you navigate some of the challenges that could potentially come through. I don't feel they're challenges. I feel like they're areas like on the emotional realm that you might need help with, because you are an air sign. You are very rational, and I feel like emotionally you might need that spiritual guidance in order to help you rectify between what your heart wants and what your head desires, so that you can make more of a balanced decision moving forward. What I'm also getting as well is I'm getting this image of a lot of you are perusing books, trying to learn something. If you are thinking about starting a new coursework as well, it is a very beneficial time. And I feel like, heightened psychic abilities, your spirit guides trying to get in contact with you is also nudging you in that direction. So if you've had, a penchant for, or if you have like inkling that you want to return back to school, really get started on that. Mercury in retrograde is not a good time to start new things, but it's also a good time to revisit things that we kind of shelved away for a while, so that we can bring it into the fold, because it's basically telling you, the time is right, and it would be good for you to forge ahead with things that you've laid down on the back burner. Okay, so I'm going to do, well, these two and these two, so 5 more. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm picking up in terms of messages. So the first thing here is you have very, very strong protection and guidance, okay? If you are ever in a position where you ask yourself, why did that happen to me? I feel like the more important question is, look at the alternative, which is, if that incident didn't happen, what else could have happened in its place? And I feel like it's going to allow you to come into a sense of appreciation for fate, destiny, divine intervention. And what I mean by that is, it's sort of like, you try, an example would be, you try to, you're already running late for work, and then your car breaks down in the middle of the freeway. And you're just like, why did that happen to me? Well, maybe further down the road, if it broke out down there then, rather than later on, you could have been saved from a disaster, like an accident, or major catastrophe. So I feel like that's one of the things that's going to happen right now for this month. So if you see something like that coming into the fold, it's first of all telling you to slow down, and it's also going to allow you to, I guess, like changing the way that you're looking at divine intervention and things like that, accepting it that it is for your greater good, and it is protecting you from something else that can be a little bit more detrimental. I feel like that's a good way of thinking about events in our lives, okay? You have very, very strong spiritual guidance and divine protection coming through. You have both the Emperor and the Empress. So I feel this is where, you know, your psychic abilities is going through the roof, and it is really important for you to tap into it and, you know, use it so that it can guide your heart in the right direction, because I feel like as an air sign, that's something that you might need to start listening to. So first of all, let's talk about this situation. There is a little bit of a disappointment. I feel with the Ten of Swords, it's basically a situation where we felt like we were dealt the short end of the stick. It felt like someone we care about, something that we really hold dear, didn't come to fruition. And a lot of it has to do with a project not panning out the way we hope. A lot of it has to deal with, you know, waiting on something that we felt was destined for us, but it went to somebody else. So feeling, you know, for a lot of you, it might be on the promotion front. It might be on the love front as well, where you are potentially passed over, glossed over in love, or, you know, passed over for a promotion. Something that you felt was kind of like meant for you was offered to somebody else. So you're dealing with some type of residual pain and heartache and anger. I feel there is a little bit of anger associated with this, okay? Now, the thing is, I feel for a lot of Libras, you are a very accommodating sign. You are somebody who is who's very diplomatic, who's very like go with the flow, and you have very, very keen, sharp, directed mental energies. You, in a work environment, you do whatever it takes in order to, you know, do your job, and you naturally excel at it because you are very focused and very intelligent. When other people in your work environment are not pulling their weight, or if you're talking to somebody who seems a little bit like intellectually inferior, and excuse me for saying that, but I feel like you might lose your patience. I feel in certain situations you are very, very diplomatic, very, very nice, but just, you know, have a little bit more patience when dealing with them. I feel that taking a softer approach when it comes to communication is going to be required of you, okay? On the other hand, what I'm sensing with both of these cards here is that a lot of the times, because you're so much of a team player, I feel that you don't stand up for yourself enough. Okay, so if you feel like you've been passed over for a promotion, approach them and just say, here is what I can contribute. Here are my assets and my strength. And I would like to know your feedback on, you know, why I was looked over for that promotion, why I was glossed over for that job. And I feel like a lot of the times, dealing with anger is something that you're not good at because you are very, very diplomatic. You're very sensitive when it comes to like harsh words, really intense emotions. So I feel like in this month, this is something that you're going to have to grapple with, the anger. You know that it's okay to express anger when you need to express it. When you need to, like, you know, scream, shout, it's okay. It doesn't, it these are normal human emotions, and I feel like with all the other emotions you're comfortable expressing them, but with anger, specifically for a Libra, it is very difficult. If you're dealing with this, it is a really good time for you to express them. Okay, it's healthy, it's a normal human emotion, and it needs a form of outlet, a form of expression. All right. What I'm also sensing as well with your emotional state is it's a little bit destabilizing. First of all, we have the Nine of Swords, which deals greatly with mental anguish. It deals with guilt as well. It deals with not being able to sleep at night, being kept up in the middle of the night due to some type of a communication. A lot of you might be waiting on communication from another person, and you're getting like, you know, silence. A lot of you might be in a situation where you're texting the other person, calling the other person back and forth, and there's like some anger associated with it. A lot of you are waiting on some type of communication that might be, it's sort of like you send out an angry message, I feel, and then the other person is not responding. I feel like a lot of you are ready for combat. A lot of you are ready to fight, and a lot of you have responsibilities. It's a very, very busy energy, and you might not even have time to work, to sleep, get adequate rest as a result of it. So make sure that if you must sleep, leave your phone away from your bed, so that there's no excuse to be checking your phone and getting riled up when it comes to communication, okay? There's a lot of busy energy, and I feel like for a lot of you, there might be a situation from the past that is haunting your ability to move on, your ability to get a restful sleep. There is also like, it's sort of like, I feel like we have the cycle here, which is the 10. It's de-escalating. So we go from 10 of swords to 9 of swords. So things are de-escalating, but you're still a little bit on guard and jittery and, ready to fight, and still like really worked up over a situation that happened by what happened. And I feel like you have to lay this situation to rest, because you have a lot of good people and really positive things coming through for you. But in the process of, allowing these new things into the fold, you will have to put the past to rest and just know that the worst of it is over. Whatever this betrayal situation is, it was an isolated situation, and it's not going to repeat. So learn from it, move forward, identify the warning signs and the red flags so that it doesn't happen again, okay? It's okay to express your anger and frustration if those are the things that you're feeling. Don't hold it in, because I feel like anger is something that is, you feel like it's a baser human emotion. It's kind of like with Aquarius. Aquarius think that jealousy is like one of the worst traits, whereas for like a Libra, it's anger. People shouldn't be angry, because it's not a diplomatic trait. For an Aquarius, it's more like people shouldn't be jealous, because it means that they feel possessive, and people should not be possessed. So that's what I'm feeling is happening here with a lot of you. So try to just express it. It's going to be okay. What I'm feeling coming through here is, for a lot of you, there is going to be new relationships for sure, and it is going to be formed through your social interactions, through your social networks. Really get out there and circulate, because what's coming across here, we do have the Lovers, and the Lovers deals greatly with a very, very dynamic, chemistry-filled relationship that brings about a lot of physical attraction. There is also, we have 3 of Cups as well as the Angel here. So it can be a very like dramatic relationship, but it brings about interference from other people, jealousy, difficulties in getting the relationship off the ground. And I do feel there might be gossip associated with this. So it's keeping you up at night, and it's also bringing a lot of stress and strain. But this situation itself is de-escalating. So the relationship, it's going to be fine. And it's going to work out. So don't worry about it, okay? I feel for a lot of you, let me see. I feel like you're dating somebody who is in a position of power, and they might have like a job where they're in the public eye. There might be a lot of people adoring them. Like there might be a lot of people, they're in a public eye. They have a lot of admirers, and I feel like there's jealousy coming in from other people, not so much from your spouse or your significant other or the person that you're interested in or that you will meet, but I feel like there's just a lot of rumors, gossip, jealousies coming through from other people. So don't let that affect your relationship, okay? What I'm also feeling is, for those of you who are involved with a fire sign. So fire signs are Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Both of these, this is the card of Aries with the Emperor here. First of all, I'm going to talk about the Emperor because once again, it indicates to me divine protection, okay? It also indicates to me that if you are dealing with a fire sign, and if this fire sign is in a very high status position, where they have like other people kind of groveling to them, where they're in a really really um, important high power position, I feel that they might be very status conscious. They might have a lot of people that look up to them, so they behave a certain way. They have this public persona to protect. And I do feel as a result of it, it's like when you're with them alone, they act a different way. When they're in the public eye, they act a different way. And you don't understand why somebody would do that, and like have two different identities. So there might be some miscommunication coming through, or lack of mutual understanding coming through. I also feel as well there is somebody who is a fire sign, potentially quite controlling in your presence, okay? This is somebody who is used to getting their way. They can be a little bit self-absorbed, but more than anything, I do feel that they want the world to revolve around them. Now, the thing is, you are an air sign, and you're like the social butterfly of the zodiac. So I do feel that you make very, very good impression on other people around you, which means that you have a lot of admirers as well. You are also very sociable. You're very charming, graceful, attractive. I feel like Libras, they're, you have a lot of dimples. Like Libras have a lot of dimples, more so than other signs. So I feel like you have this very charming way about you, and as a result of it, I feel that there's jealousy, control issues coming through if you are dating a fire sign. But you have divine protection here, okay? For a lot of you, I do feel that you have somebody on the maternal side that might have recently passed away. If that was the case, like a mother figure or somebody from the maternal side that was very close and dear to you that might have recently passed away. And there is very strong protection coming through from them. They are sending messages that you're not only you, but your sisters, if you have sisters, cousins, sisters, female energy is being blessed. Okay, so you have some very strong divine protection coming through. And I feel like it's either a woman, somebody who passed away that is considered like a maternal figure, or it's somebody who is very dear to you on the maternal side of the family who recently passed away. And I do feel as a result as well, you might be dealing with grieving, you might be dealing with the loss. And they want you to know that they're in a better place. And they also want you to know to, resume your life, and that things will be okay, that there is a cycle of life here, okay? If you are upset and angry for any reason, they want you to know as well, it's okay to express it. It's okay to express or provide an outlet for these negative feelings, all right? In terms of your advice, we do have some very, very wonderful cards. First of all, it's telling you there is a time and a place for everything, okay? So the Wheel of Fortune is basically, the way I look at it, is a portal. And when it comes in during the Mercury in retrograde, it allows energies to pass through. It allows people from our past that have left our life to come back. It allows that veil to the other side, to the other realm, to also open up. So I feel like this is a very spiritual month for a lot of you. This is also the month in which you are getting a lot of messages coming through from the other side, and they are messages to guide you, okay? A lot of the times when people are in a place where they are feeling very stuck, very hopeless, and just very distraught. They don't know what they're supposed to do next. They don't have a sense of direction, or they feel as if they are stuck in limbo. And when you're dealing with the Ten of Swords and the Nine of Swords, where you are kind of at a low point in your life, okay, for whatever reason, if you're feeling like you've hit like a really low point in your life, what it does is that it brings your energy level. You have very dense energy level, and it brings it to, when your energy level is dense, lower vibrational entities can get to you, and it can induce psychic attacks. Okay, so you have to think positively. You have to surround yourself and with, like, protection, candles, sage, things like that. You also have to elevate your vibrational energy. You have to get yourself into a lighter situation so that you can reach higher vibrational entities, which is your spirit guides, so your angels and things like that. And when we're in this space, that's when our spirit guides want to reach out to us and help us. Okay, so if you're dealing with this for this month, really take the time to pray and to release these negative feelings if you're dealing with them, so that you can get yourself more to a lighter vibrational space and you're not bogged down by negative thoughts, negative thinking, psychic attacks, and things like that. So this is a really important month to surround yourself with loved ones, okay? To really operate more from the heart level. And because I feel like for a lot of you, your heart chakra is going to be opened up. And what it does is that it makes you sympathize with a lot of people, which is a great thing. However, when our heart chakra is also open up, it can bring in a lot of insecurities and fears. So balancing these energies is going to be very important for you. And I feel like somebody out there is protecting you. On the other side is protecting you. Is It seems to me as if they are closing all these little holes and gaps on the other side of the veil so that you're not getting psychic attacks. And I obviously this is not going to apply to everyone, but if you're dealing with some type of grief, I just want you to know that they're working overtime in order to protect you. What you can do from your end is to surround yourself with light, surround yourself with good positive people, do positive manifestation affirmations to release the dense energy and to bring yourself, raise your vibration. All right. What it's also telling you as well, I feel, with these three advice cards is we have to slow down. Okay. Life, um, life happens, yes, and we pretty much, we need to roll with it or we are left behind. And yes, that is generally true, but I feel that a lot of you need to sort out some inner turmoil, and it's going to take time. So don't run away from it. Don't distract yourself with other things. Don't re-engage in conflict with another person. And, don't start text messages with you did this. And take a stop from it and process your feelings and get yourself healthy first, and pick your battles. Don't engage in conflict. Okay, this is somebody who's charged and like upset and very angry and is ready to charge and ready to cut down their opponent. And it's telling you to slow down, because there is a smart way to do this. There is the right time and place where divine retribution is going to happen. Right now you're in a very dense vibrational space, and you need to get yourself out of there first. So that's the first thing that we need to learn about when it comes to self-care, um, when it comes to like the things that we need to do, and in the right order. Okay, so taking care of yourself first before you re-engage in conflict, but overall pick your battles. I feel like something is going to aggravate you, and I do sense that it is really important for you to slow down, get yourself out of it first. I do sense when it comes to relationship, those are the ones that you are going to want to nurture. Okay, people who gossip hurts, mainly because, first of all, if it comes from someone that we care about, that hurts, because you know it's just, it hits us on a personal level. The second thing is we are afraid as well. What if other people believe these false rumors? What would they think about me? I just want you to know that a lot of the time, most people don't really care about gossip. They hear it because it's juicy, but out of sight, out of mind. Honestly, gossip doesn't. Most people, when they hear gossip, they automatically think about the source of the gossip. And if it's somebody who's prone to gossip, no one is going to believe them. They just hear it and they let it, you know, they smirk, but out of sight, out of mind. So if you're dealing with this, just know that it's very temporary. You are being protected. It's coming from a place of jealousy. It's coming from a place where information just slips out, and you know it's not deliberate. Okay, it's not intentional. So just don't let it affect you. Okay, it's not meant to be, you know, detrimental or anything like that. I do feel it came from a place of jealousy, and just get past it. Okay, in terms of the energy that you're bringing to the table here, we do have the Empress, and the Empress is somebody who takes charge, somebody who is very sure-footed, and who is totally in control of her own life. I feel that beginning of the month, this might be something that you've been dealing with in a very, very good position, because we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is the karmic scale being balanced in your favor. And then we have you coming on top, and we have you in a position where you are going to be able to tell it as it is. You are sure-footed. You are secure and content in yourself. And not only that, you are a force to be reckoned with. So Libra, it's going to be a bit of a rough first week and a half, but the worst of it is over. Things are being de-escalated. Okay, so it's going to be fine. Don't let your don't rush in, don't jump the gun, don't get fired up. Take it slow and ride it out and be on top. Okay, so let's look into your love reading. So let me just see where this is coming from. If it's coming from a work environment or from more of a love environment. I'm getting this once burned, twice shy energy with you. You are being self-protected. I'm going to pull out 2 more cards for that tower situation, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so first of all, I feel like there is an end to a relationship, a very, very karmic relationship. We have the Five of Pentacles here, which indicates to me karma. So when I look at the Five of Pentacles, I think about it as karmic ties with another person. It is being released, and you can't really go back to this situation, okay? You can't go back to it. So just keep in mind that it is for your greater good to move forward and, you know, release the anger, release the resentment, heal yourself and move forward. It's done, over with. The worst of it is over. There is no rebuilding from this situation, because the foundation to me doesn't bode well for a love relationship. It's a 3 energy. Okay, so at the center of the spread, we have here the Seven of Swords, which is a sneaky card. This deals with lies, deception, somebody doing something that they're not supposed to. As a result of it, I feel like there were 3 people involved here, which caused a very, very detrimental, destructive, it caused harm to, you know, potentially 2 of the parties. So I do feel 3 people involved, and it's also some very, very destructive catastrophe that happened. The causes of this situation, once again, it is temptation. It is, you know, biting off more than we can chew, slinking away, thinking that we can deceive other people and that the other person wouldn't leave us. So I feel like, especially if you are dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, for some reason, I'm feeling for a lot of you, if you are involved with an air sign or a water sign, they might be the people in the relationship, as well as the fire sign actually. So let me just see. I feel like one of the party for sure is a water sign. So this is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. They are somehow involved in this situation. They might be the temptress, the Mr. or the Mrs. Or the mistress, excuse me. So I feel like there is definitely some type of temptation coming through from the external environment, and there is a fire sign involved as well. So there's you, water sign, and a fire sign. The fire sign is Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, and the fire sign I feel is somebody who is like, I didn't give in to my temptation. You know, everyone deals with temptation. I didn't give in to my temptation. So I feel like for a lot of you Libras, you might have given in to temptation, and as a result of it, your partner is greatly hurt by it. Okay, there might not be communication coming through from them, mainly because they have walked away. Additionally, if you're dealing with like a water sign, there might be temptation from them and you have walked away, you're hurt. So there's a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, betrayal in this spread. The foundation dating, and it also deals with, you know, three people involved, love triangles, flirtation, and things like that. Okay, so what I'm feeling here is if you have been in a recent relationship that has broken down, and if you're out dating new people, you have some very viable candidates, especially a water sign and a fire sign. So if you have been dealing with this, move on. But I do feel that the karma has been released. The situation, I feel it's almost like that divine protection coming through is to show you the reality of the situation. And I feel like you weren't aware of it, so it shook you out of your complacency so that you can see it for what it is, so that it's saving you, it's protecting you from something worse that's going to happen down the line. That's what I'm sensing with this revelation. And I know it's painful and I know it's really difficult, but I feel like that needed to happen. Okay? For those of you who are not dealing with this, who are just out there dating and things like that, be very careful about white lies catching up to us. Okay, that's the first thing. The other thing I'm sensing is overall, it is very, very positive. So you have a lot of opportunities to socialize. And I feel like the energy that you're bringing to the table is that a lot of people are going to be very interested in you. There might be competition if you've got your eyes on a certain person. There is competition and jealousy coming in, and especially if you are like if you are dating men, if you're dating men, there's like some cattiness coming through from people that are interested in the same person that you're interested in, so gossip and things like that. If you are just out there dating, having fun, a lot of options, a lot of like fantasies and really suitable partners, but just be careful that they're not also involved, okay? I feel like a good candidate coming through for this month is going to be a water sign. Water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I feel like there is very, very strong magnetic attraction with this water sign. And the water sign can be male or female. What I'm sensing is this is somebody who has a lot of love. This is somebody that has fallen in and out of love many times in the past. They have learned many, many lessons. They are very sympathetic, nurturing, understanding of human nature, and they are also very, very forgiving. I feel like if you've been through some type of infidelity and you're meeting this new water sign, you have the potential to have a very positive emotional experience with them, and I feel like love relationship with them as well. You might be bringing trust issues into the relationship, and I feel like this person is in your life to help you heal from this, because um, through their wisdom when it comes to human nature, love, commitment, you know, forgiveness, you are going to learn a lot about yourself. You are going to heal, and they're going to restore your faith in your own capabilities, but they're going to teach you that really important lesson about loving somebody on a human level and forgiving somebody as well, okay? For those of you who are dealing with a fire sign, once again, the fire sign has been through a lot, and I feel like it's somebody that might have been, you know, they might have had somebody um that lied to them. So this is somebody who's very, very protective. Okay, so the fire sign is somebody who's like emotionally blocked. It takes them a really long time to open themselves up. They're not easy to they're not like, they're great people, but they're not trusting. And it's going to take some time for you to be allowed into their fold. So I feel like it's going to take some time, and you know, don't get frustrated and don't rush. I do feel there is very strong physical attraction. So there might be a situation where you might, you know, like get physically and intimate with them and then not hear from them. And I don't feel it's because of rejection or anything like that. It's just the passion is so great that they gave into it, and then, but they're not just yet ready because they're still healing from some baggage. Okay, so give it some time before they will come back in, before there's contact. I feel there is delay communication because, you know, they're dealing with their own things. So between the fire sign and the water sign looks to me to be a little bit more ready, depending on what you're looking for. Okay, for those of you who are in stable, committed partnerships, I do feel as well, if you're in committed, stable relationships, there might be some financial issues affecting the flow of this relationship. There might be some home repairs, and both of you are like trying to figure out how to do something together as a couple. There might be some expenditures associated with that, and I do feel that it can create a little bit of it will require a little bit of a compromise. It might create some conflict, but it will work itself out. There is a little bit of a compromise. Both sides are working together, but I feel like there is an energy of comparison. Like one party is like, I'm doing this, why aren't you doing this? So, you know, learn to work together as a unit. I feel that one person is like resting on the laurels while the other person is doing all the work. So it's not good for a stable relationship, and I just want you to balance things out, talk, and you know, try to be understanding of each other as you navigate through this month. It's going to be a little bit challenging for the coupled people. All the hard work needs to be taken care of before you can celebrate, especially for those of you who are coupled, okay? So get things sorted out, get the practical things sorted out. But I do feel that if you are in a relationship with a water sign, you are going to get a lot of emotional support this month, okay? If there has been some type of passing of people in your family, I feel that your partner is going to be there for you through thick and thin, and it's just a matter of reaching out for help, okay? So I do wish you all the best, Libras. Yeah, so I'm going to be back for the mid-month reading and try to flush this energy out, and hopefully by that time it would have dissipated, okay? I wish you all the best. If you'd like a private reading, please visit my website. And